Have you ever walked into a room where everyone stared at you like you just showed up wearing a clown nose? Yeah, awkward, right? Now imagine that feeling, but way worse. That's exactly how Ruby Bridges felt when she walked into her new school for the very first time. She was just 6 years old, holding her lunchbox and walking into a school where no one looked like her, and people were mad that she was even there. This was in 1960 in New Orleans. Ruby was the first Black child to attend William Frantz Elementary School that had only allowed white kids until that day. She wasn't just going to school, she was making history. And she didn't walk in alone either. 4 U.S. Marshals, yes, real lawmen, walked beside her because the crowd outside was so angry. People shouted, threw things, and even spat. But Ruby, she didn't flinch. She walked through all that noise like a superhero on a mission. When she finally got inside the building, you'd think the worst was over. Nope. No classmates were waiting. None. Parents had pulled their kids out of school. So Ruby was in a classroom all by herself with just her and the teacher, Miss Henry. But Miss Henry wasn't scared to teach her. And Ruby, she never cried. Not once. Now, let's be real. If I were 6, walking through a mob of angry grown-ups, I'd be in a full meltdown. But Ruby kept her head up, and she walked those halls like a champ. And every single day before stepping inside, she said a prayer. Not for herself, but for the people being mean to her. Can you imagine that kind of heart at just 6 years old? She didn't have a single friend in her class for months. She was completely alone, but still she kept showing up. She didn't give up. Slowly, the kids started coming back to school. Ruby helped change everything. She opened the doors for Black children across the country to attend schools that had once shut them out. She didn't just make history. She created a future. And again, I'll remind you, she was only 6 years old when she did this. But Ruby's story didn't end there. She grew up and kept making a difference. She's written books, spoken all across the country, and even started the Ruby Bridges Foundation to teach kids about kindness, courage, and equality. Today, Ruby is honored in schools, statues, and books nationwide. Her legacy lives on, not just in history books, but in every student who dares to be brave. So the next time you're feeling nervous about a test, a game, or standing up for yourself, remember Ruby Bridges. She didn't just walk into a school, she walked into history. Even if you're small, you can make a huge difference, one bold step at a time. And that's why we love learning history the Fresburg way.